Okay, welcome to our attendees. We apologize for the slight delay. There were a few technical difficulties, not on Drexel's end, on our end. So I'm just going to keep this short and sweet. Please use the Q&A to ask any questions. This is a webinar, so you are not on video or audio, so we cannot see you or hear you. So please feel free to use the Q&A to ask questions. And without further ado, I will turn it over to Drexel.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. I apologize again for the delay. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Emily Santana and I'm one of the assistant directors of undergraduate admissions here at Drexel. So I will be giving you all a presentation about the university. And then I do have my colleague, Abby Dixon, here today, and she is manning the chat box. Abby, if you would like, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. My name is Abby. I'm an admissions counselor on the undergraduate team, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have this evening.
Thank you, Abby. So Abby will be answering any questions you have, and then after the presentation concludes, if you have any additional questions, Abby will be feeding them to me. So make sure you put them in the chat box so we can get all of your questions answered. To get started, Drexel University is a comprehensive research university and an experiential learning leader, and we're located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Drexel University was founded in 1891 by a man named Anthony J. Drexel. He wanted to create a university where students had the ability to get that hands-on experience before they actually graduated from the university. So he created Drexel Institute, now modern day Drexel University. So that's just a little history about how the university got started. Here at Drexel, as a student, you have access to about 80 different undergraduate majors. So you have a diverse range of majors to choose from when you're studying here at the university. And you'll be one of our 15,000 students, but don't be alarmed by that number. We do have a median class size of 19 students, and we do have a student to faculty ratio of 11:1. We're able to keep our class sizes small because of our co-op program, because at any given time, about half of our student population is away on co-op. And I'll explain how that works with our curriculum a little bit later. You will also be a student coming from about 46 different states and about 127 different countries. So you're going to be exposed to our diverse education from your peers here on campus, because all of our students are coming from different walks of life and have different experiences that all led them to Drexel. And that's a great opportunity from you, because you're not just learning from our faculty members, you'll also be learning from your peers as well. At Drexel, all of our majors are housed in different colleges. So here on the screen, you do see all of the different colleges that are available for you to apply to. When you apply to Drexel, you're going to apply directly into one of our 80 different majors. So for example, if you're interested in studying communications, you would apply to our communications program within our College of Arts and Sciences. If you're interested in studying business, but you're not sure exactly what type of business you want to study just yet, you can come in as an undeclared business student through our LeBeau College of Business. One of the great things about Drexel is most of our colleges do offer an undeclared option for students in that field, for students who aren't sure exactly what they want to study just yet. And then we do also have a unique program at Drexel. We have our first year exploratory studies, and this allows you to explore different majors before ultimately selecting that major that you're interested in pursuing at the university. And that is through our Goodwin College of Professional Studies. For students who are interested in going on to medical school, we do have a BSMD program at the university, as well as a medical school. And for students who are interested in going on to law school, we do have a law school at the university. At Drexel, we do also offer 18 other BS/MS programs, and some of these you can actually apply to when you're applying to the university. So that's really great for you if you're interested in getting your undergrad and your master's in an accelerated time. So feel free to go onto our website to look for and see the combined list of all of our accelerated degree programs that we do offer at Drexel. At Drexel, we want you to redefine the classroom. You are not limited to the four walls of your classroom here at the university. Our students are working in their field as undergraduate students, and they're getting that hands-on experience. And they're doing this through many different ways. One of the ways that they are able to do that is through our annual fashion show that is housed at the Urban Outfitters headquarters in Philadelphia. And our students from the West Falls College of Media Arts and Design put this show together every single year. The clothes that the models wear throughout the fashion show are done by our fashion design students. The photography that's taken at the show is done by our photography students. The music that is played is done by our music industry students. And this is all configured by our students, how they want it to look, how they want the space to feel. And this is just one of the many ways that as a Drexel student, you're getting that hands-on experience before you even graduate from the university. We have a very unique curriculum here at Drexel that puts real world academics into play so that you can get a real world experience still as a student through our co-op program. You would go out into the field and take what you learned in the classroom and put it into practice while you're still a student at Drexel, and then you can bring back that knowledge and what you've experienced and share that with your faculty members and your peers. So this creates a cycle of learning for not just you, but for your peers and your faculty members, and you're able to stay up to date with what's going on in the field currently because you've experienced that. But there's more to do just beyond the books here at Drexel. You can get involved with our BIATA Institute if you're interested in starting your own business at the university. We do have a standalone entrepreneurship major for students who are interested in that, and we're very proud of being one of the very few schools that has a standalone major in entrepreneurship. And through the closed school of entrepreneurship, we actually have what is called the BIATA Institute, where students have the ability to go get the mentorship and guidance they need to create their own business, and they have the spaceability to do that through the center there. Students also can get potential funding to start their own business through the BIATA Institute as well, and this is a great resource for our students here at Drexel. If you're interested in studying abroad, you do have the ability to do that as a student at Drexel as well, and we offer 2 different study abroad options. You can do an intensive study abroad program where you take a class at the university, and then afterwards, during your break, you have the ability to go to that country and do different service trips through that. For example, one of our students took a class in health studies, and then she went into Guatemala and learned from the people in Guatemala and how they lived there. So that's one of the experience. Or you can also do a traditional study abroad program for about 6 months. Our intensive study abroad programs are about 2 weeks long, and this fits in for all of our majors here at the university. If you're interested in undergraduate research, you have the ability to do that regardless of your major here. And you would do that through the STARS program, which is our Students Tackling Advanced Research. And this research is done on whatever you're interested in researching under the guidance of one of our faculty members. And you would do this the summer after your first year. And then lastly, for students who are interested in pursuing hobbies and performing arts, we do have a bunch of different performing arts ensembles here at the university that you can audition for after you've been accepted to the university. And one of the great things about our performing arts programs is that you do not have to be a performing arts major to be involved in these ensembles. And this is a great opportunity for you to connect the hobby and enjoyment that you do while still being a student at Drexel. And there is also potentially a performing arts ensemble scholarship if you audition for any of those. At Drexel, what we are known for is our co-op program. So our cooperative education program actually just celebrated its 100-year anniversary here. We partner with about 1,500 different companies in 40 different countries and 39 different states. So our co-op program is what we're known for. And like I said, we've been doing this for 100 years, so we've been very good at doing it. About 96% of our students will complete a co-op in their time at the university. And you can get anywhere between 6 months to 18 months of full-time work experience that you can list on your resume before you even graduate from the university. To start the process of co-op, you're going to get help from the Steinberg Career Development Center, and they're here to help you with every aspect of your co-op process. Before you even start the co-op opportunities at Drexel, you're going to take a course called Co-op 101. And this course is going to help prepare you to go out into the field and to do that co-op experience. It'll give you resources, it'll talk to you about the database that we have, it'll help you build your resume and your sorry, I lost my train of thought. It'll help you build your resume and your cover letters. It'll help you prepare for interviews, give you interview skills as well as how to dress for interviews and different things like that. The Steinberg Career Development Center, you will be given a co-op advisor as well through that, and that's outside of your academic advisor. So you'll have 2 different advisors here at Drexel who will help you through the process of your co-op. Your co-op can be done anywhere. You can do it, like I said, in 39 different states in the United States and 40 different countries if you want to go abroad. So these opportunities are available to all of our Drexel students. And you're probably wondering, how does co-op work? Essentially, throughout the co-op cycle, you will select where you want to do your co-op. If you want to do it at big known companies such as Comcast, or little known companies, nonprofits or different things like that. One of our students, she actually just finished her co-op on the development team for a nonprofit called Back on My Feet. Even during the pandemic, she was able to do her co-op. She was working virtually for their development team and helping them in terms and working alongside them to fundraise and build different fundraising events for the nonprofit. And she was still able to do that as a student and get that experience that she's now able to list on her resume, even during the current pandemic, and that's amazing for our students. Co-op is what you make of it, and this is time well spent. You are going to be graduating from the university, like I said, with anywhere between 6 months to 18 months of full-time work experience that you can list on your resume when you're looking for jobs after you graduated from Drexel. So you're probably wondering, how does this fit into your academics here at the university? We do offer a 4-year curriculum as well as a 5-year curriculum. So these are the 2 curriculums we offer, and I'm just going to put them side by side so that you can see them both. At Drexel, students have the ability to choose between a 4-year curriculum and a 5-year curriculum. We do follow the seasons in terms of our academic quarters. We are on a quarter system here at Drexel. We are not on a semester system here at the university. So our students go to school fall, winter, spring, and summer. Our quarters are 10 weeks long, and the difference between the 2 curriculums is the amount of time you spend away on co-op. In the 4-year curriculum model, students will complete 1 6-month-long co-op in their 3rd year at the university. And in the 5-year curriculum model, you would start your co-ops your 2nd year at the university and then graduate with 18 months of full-time work experience. You're going to spend the exact same amount of time in the classroom, whether you do the 4-year model or the 5-year model, and that's 12 academic quarters. And you can count the quarters on the screen by the dark blue squares with the circles in them. When students are away on co-op, you're not going to be charged tuition. The only fee that you will incur from the university is if you decide to live on campus in the time that you do a co-op. You are able to do your co-ops in the city of Philadelphia, but you can also go, like I said, anywhere. You can go to 39 different states, 40 different countries. This is all available to you as a student at the university. We do offer, our students do have traditional breaks in between each quarter. So you get about a 2-week break between each quarter when you're taking classes here at the university. And then you do have the summer off after your 1st year. If you have any questions about our quarter system, feel free to put them in the chat box, and either Abby or I will be more than glad to answer those questions for you. So these are some important statistics to pay attention to. One of the biggest one is that 92% of our students who are working full-time are satisfied with their position because of the fact that they were able to start in their field as undergraduate students and experience what it's like to work in that field. They know the setting of a work environment they want to be in when they graduate from the university. They know that if they want to be at a big Fortune 500 company, that's what they're doing because they've experienced what it's like to work in that environment. They know if they want to be at a small nonprofit, they can do that as well. About 88% of our students are working full-time in a profession that closely aligns to what they studied at Drexel. And again, this is closely related to our co-op experience. Because of the fact that students had the ability to experience what it's like to work in their field, they were able to make adjustments to what they wanted to do while they were still students, and they did not wait until after they graduated from the university. And while at Drexel, we are a big school in terms of our academics and our co-op program, there is a lot to do outside of the academic realm at the university. One of the great things about being a Drexel student is our location. We are located in what is considered University City within the city of Philadelphia. So University City is not home to only Drexel University, but to two other universities. So there's roughly around 40,000 undergraduate students in the University City area. So because we are a city campus, you still get that campus of college campus feel because of the fact that there's so many students in this area. Drexel, of course, is a Division I school in terms of all of our athletics here at the university. We have all of your major Division I sports, with the exception of football. At Drexel, we are a basketball school, and our students do get free tickets during the regular season games, and then student discounted rates for the playoffs if we do go to the playoffs that year. We have club and intramural sports as well for students who are interested in still playing sports, but they don't want to compete at the Division I level. Outside of athletics, we have 38 different sororities and fraternities for students to get involved in if they're interested in fraternity and sorority life, as well as 350 other student organizations on campus, which range from your student government association, your student activities board, to the Jedi Warriors Club. So we have a club here on campus for all of our students who are interested in that. And on the off chance that we don't have a club that you're interested in, you're more than welcome to start your own club and organization through the university as well. For students who are interested in adding a level of rigor to their academics, here at Drexel, you can join the honor school, where we do offer a custom design major where you can create your own major. We do have honors housing for our students who decide to be a part of our honors program. One of my favorite things about being located in University City is the food trucks around campus. So they're not pictured in this picture, but just imagine a bunch of different food trucks from all different types of food. One of my favorites is a Thai fusion truck. They also do have a food truck that has a brick oven in the back of it. So you get brick oven pizza, which is amazing. That's one of my favorite things about being located in University City, is the access to different types of food. We do have 2 traditional dining halls on campus for our students to utilize as well. And there are a bunch of restaurants around the campus for students too. In terms of living on campus, we do offer residence halls for our students, and we do have a 2-year residency requirement for students who are coming from more than a 10-mile radius. Students have the ability to live in learning living communities where they will potentially live with students within their same major or their same department and or their same college. So this is a great thing if you are interested in living with someone else who's studying business potentially. We do offer students traditional style housing as well as hybrid style, suite style, and then apartments for our upperclassmen. If you have any questions about housing, feel free to put them in the chat box, and either I or Abby will answer them for you. And then lastly, our president's mission is to become the most civically engaged university in the nation. Well, in the country. And we are able to do that because all of our students here at the university will take Civic Engagement 101. We have the Libby Center for Civic Engagement on campus for students to utilize, and our faculty and staff members do get dedicated civic engagement hours that they can use as well. So we are very civically engaged and civically minded here at the university, and we love to see students who love to get involved with the community as well. Philadelphia is a great town to live in. It's the 6th largest city in the nation, and it's home to about 250,000 college students. So while Philadelphia is a large metropolitan area, there is a lot going on there's a lot going on in the city of Philadelphia. There's a lot for you to do. You can take a walk down Kelly Drive, which is right across the Schuylkill River from the university. You can go to world-class museums and parks. You can run up the art museum steps like they did in the movie Rocky. If you're interested in any sporting events, we have all of your major NFL, NBA, MLB sports for you to get involved in. And you can go and see the Liberty Bell, as well as take a walk through Reading Terminal Market, which has amazing food opportunities for you to experience as well. Philadelphia is a very walkable town, so there is a lot for our students to do in the local Philadelphia area outside of the Drexel University campus. Drexel University is located right outside of 30th Street Station, which is a major transportation hub in Philadelphia. So there's a lot of access to not just the city of Philadelphia, but to other surrounding cities as well. We do have our Drexel University shuttles, which are free for students to use. They are the boat buses, the mega buses, the Amtraks, the regional rails, the Philly SEPTA lines, which are our subways, and as well as public transportation buses that all will leave from 30th Street Station, which is about a 5 to 9 minute walk depending on where you are on campus. So this is a great opportunity for our students because of where our location is. You have access to not just the city of Philadelphia, but any other major city as well. You can take the train, the Amtrak to New York. You can take a boat bus down to DC. You have access to these great cities as well because of our location right outside of the 30th Street Station. So now I'm going to talk to you all really quickly about the application process here at Drexel. We accept either the Common App or the Coalition app, whichever you're interested in using. We don't have a preference, it's whatever you're comfortable with using. You can submit either or of the two applications. You'll obviously submit your application fee when you're applying to the university, and your high school counselor will submit your transcripts to us. You will complete your personal essay. The prompts are available for the Common App and on the Coalition app, and then provide 2 letters of recommendation to the university. Typically, one will come from your high school guidance counselor, and the other will be from someone who can speak highly to you as a student. At Drexel, we review on a holistic based process, and I just want to let you all know that we are test optional for this fall of 2021. So if you haven't had the ability to take the SATs or the ACTs, don't worry. You don't have to submit them to be considered for admissions here at the university, with the exception of students who are applying for our BSMD program. Any of our students who are applying for any of our majors within the West Falls College of Media Arts and Design are required to submit supplemental materials, such as a writing supplement and a portfolio. You can find the complete list of all of our requirements on our website, so feel free to check that out. And if you have any questions, after this presentation, feel free to email me. We believe that financing Drexel education is an investment in your future, and it's a partnership between the federal government, Drexel University, and students and families. Students will all be considered for merit-based aid when you apply to the university, regardless of the fact that we are test optional. We will review you for merit-based aid. If you're interested in being reviewed for institutional aid and grants, you will submit the CSS profile by the deadline, and I'll tell you the deadlines on the next slide. We also do offer, like I said, other scholarships. So if you audition for any of our performing arts ensembles, you can potentially be awarded a scholarship. There is a portfolio scholarship for students who are applying to any of our West Falls College of Media Arts and Design majors. You can potentially be reviewed for a portfolio scholarship, as well as any outside scholarships that you receive can all come to Drexel. Students are also able to submit the FAFSA if they're interested in being considered for federal aid as well. So here on the screen is our first year application deadlines. For students who are applying for our November 1st early action, early decision deadline, all of your application materials are due to us by November 1st. And students who are applying for that deadline will need to submit their CSS profile to be considered for need-based aid at the university by November 15th. We do, students who apply for early decision, early action should expect to receive a decision on their admission status in late December. We do also offer a regular decision deadline of January 15th. For students who are applying for that, they do have to submit their CSS profile to us by February 15th, and they have a notification deadline of late March. So you should expect to hear from us in late March. We do follow the national candidate decision deadline of May 1st for students to let us know if they're coming to the university or not. Students will receive both their admissions decision and their financial aid package if admitted to the university, and if they submit their CSS profile to us on time. If I have any transfer students on the webinar today, this is our transfer information. Keep in mind that not all of our majors start in a term outside of the fall, so just making sure that you're paying attention to the program that you're applying to and when they do start. And our transfer students are able to submit the CSS profile as well, and that's due 1 month prior to the term that they're enrolling into the university. We have a bunch of different resources available to you. We have an admissions blog that some of my colleagues write for, so feel free to check that out. Follow us on any of our social media, especially our Instagram. Right now, our counselors and assistant directors, as well as our director, are taking over the Instagram and sharing different tips. This Friday, we actually have a test optional web series going on, so feel free to check that out. Our paperclip has great information about current student stories and different things like that. And then if you're interested in connecting with me as your admissions counselor, you can find my contact information on our admissions representative website as well. On this slide now, if you have any questions, feel free to email us at enroll@drexel.edu. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. Abby, if you can tell me any questions we have so I can answer them.
Great, thank you so much, Emily. So we've received a couple questions so far, most of which have been answered in the chat box. We did have one question and that I thought would be good for the majority of the group is, can you get into Drexel with just an ACT score instead of an SAT score?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So for students who are applying to the university, if you've had the ability to take either the SATs or the ACTs, you're more than welcome to send those scores to us. Just also keep in mind, we are test optional for this fall. So if you haven't had the ability to take either of those standardized exams, we are test optional, so you do not have to worry about submitting them. But if you've taken the SAT, feel free to send those in. If you've taken the ACTs, feel free to send those in. We do super score the SATs as well as the ACTs, and we will accept either or.
Great, thank you. On the topic of test scores, what is the average test score that you're seeing for admitted students and GPAs?
So that ranges between our majors. Some of our majors have higher requirements just because of the nature of the program. So depending on the student and what they're applying to, it ranges. On average, students fall to about a 3.2 and about a 1280 on the SATs. I can never remember the conversion to ACTs. I'm horrible with them.
I think our average ACT range is about a 25 to a 30.
Thank you, Abby.
Sure. So if there's any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box. I thought maybe you could also talk a little bit, Emily, about maybe some of our favorite Drexel student traditions.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of different traditions. One of the big things is right before the semester start, we have this great program for the students. It's called Welcome Week. So this is the first week before classes start. All of our students are moved into campus and they get to experience what it's like to be a Drexel Dragon at the university. So all of our students are on campus, classes haven't started. This is traditionally where we host different events for our students to get to know each other and to connect. That's one of the biggest traditions at Drexel. One of the other ones I've heard students do is in our main building, we do have a fountain, and during finals week, students will rub, it's not a fountain, it's a statue. Students will rub the toe of the statue for good luck on their finals. So there are little different things. We do also have our big Mario statue. So we'll see a lot of pictures of students in front of our big Mario statue, which is our mascot at the university.
Awesome. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them into the Q&A box. Let's see, is there any other questions? Frequently asked questions we get. How about what are Drexel's most popular majors?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you, Abby. So in terms of popular majors at the university, we were founded as an engineering school. So engineering is a big program here for our students. We do also have a big program for students who are interested in business. But one of the great things about Drexel is that we have those majors outside of the STEM field as well. So we have photography, we have fashion design, we have interior design. So we have those specialty majors like that for our students who are interested in potentially not going into engineering or business or the medical field. So it's great because Drexel provides students the best of both worlds. And our students, no matter what major they're in, because we are a large research university, have the ability to do research as well.
Thank you. I'll give the students a couple minutes to see if there's any questions that come into the chat box.
Yeah. I just would like to say thank you all for taking the time to join us this afternoon. Feel free to please continue to put your questions into the chat box. Me and Abby will be on for a little while longer answering any questions you might have. Thank you all for joining us this evening and being interested in Drexel. I hope to hear from you all.
Emily, are you able to see the chat box?
Yes, so
Okay,
I do see that a question. So currently we're not, so the question is Drexel University doing in-person tours? So currently we are not doing in-person tours because we are still working remotely. Just keep an eye on our website. We do have a virtual open house coming up this weekend, so feel free to sign up for that. We do also have a virtual open house in November, and students are able to get a virtual tour there. We haven't started offering in-campus in-person tours just yet, so just keep an eye on our website for when we're able to answer that.
I'll also put a link in the chat box to our coronavirus response webpage, which is constantly being updated with new details and also has some frequently asked questions of prospective students. So once we're able to welcome students back on campus, that will be updated as well.
Thank you, Abby, for including that link.
There don't seem to be any more questions. I am happy to end the session for you, but if you guys want to hang out to see if anyone else has questions until 7:45, that is fine as well.
Yeah, if we don't have any other questions, again, thank you all for taking the time to join us this afternoon and for learning a little bit about Drexel. I hope you all learned a lot. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll be more than glad to answer any questions you have about the university. And like I said, we are offering virtual open houses, one this weekend and one in November as well. So feel free to go onto our website to get that information. And these are open house sessions where you learn specifically about the major that you're interested in and be able to connect with students in that department as well as faculty members and staff. So feel free to check those out. Thank you all for coming again. Have a good night.
All right, thank you guys. A recording of this will be available in just about a week on moacac.org. You can check out more sessions there as well. Thank you to our panelists, and I hope you all have a great evening.
You do the same.